Analyzing this policy, there were many deliberations, discussions, as well as TV debates on the new education policy. I had the honor and the fortune of going for all these discussions as well as deliberations and TV debates as such, because I come on TV every day to represent the issues concerning the government as well as the ruling party. As I was one of the youngest member of the Vajpayee government, so I know from where this, the root of this policy, from where it started. It was originally thought and it was originally deliberated by the late Prime Minister of India, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. But because he was leading a coalition of 24 parties, that time this policy could not be implemented. After the change of the regime in 2014, once Dr. Manmohan Singh ji went out of power and Modi ji came to power, there was a deep analysis as to how to improvise and how to make the standard format of our educational system modern as well as intertwined and deeply connected with the root of the country, or with the civilizational and the cultural ethos of our country, and having a holistic, scientific, modern parameters so that it could be at par with the international standard and with international universities. उसी परिपक्ष को ध्यान में रखते हुए और उसी परिपक्ष को सोच में रखते हुए ये नया पॉलिसी को एक तरह से लागू किया गया है पूरे भारत में. The original document of this policy has around 30,000 pages. There are concise 200 pages of this policy, which is there online in the Ministry of Education's website, which sums up the whole policy as such. We all know that India was a Vishwa Guru for centuries and for decades and for thousands of years. ये देश ने पूरे दुनिया को कहीं ना कहीं पे विद्या की दीप दिखाई है, और ये देश ने कहीं ना कहीं पे पूरे दुनिया को सभ्यता और विद्या और संस्कृति के बारे में सिखाया है. Who can forget the contribution of this country during the time of the ancient period as well as in the medieval period? If we go to the ancient times, if we go to the times of the Mauryas and the Guptas and the Satavahanas and others as such, we know that this country had spread the philosophy and the ethos of the Sanatan Sanskriti not only across the nook and corner of South Asia, but also Southeast Asia and East Asia. छोटा छोटा उदाहरण देता हूं कि पहले किस तरह की चीजें हुआ है इस देश के माध्यम से. If you go to the country called Iran, the word Iran comes from the word Aryan, and the Aryan word comes from Aryabhatta. So there is a direct connection between Bharatiya Sanskriti and the Iranian Sanskriti. Nishapur, the ancient capital of Iran, is actually the corrupted name of the Sanskrit name Nishapur. Nisha means darkness and Pur means city or citadel. If we go to Afghanistan, how can we forget about Cambodia, or how can we forget about Bagram or about Gandhara? Central Asia, you go to the countries of Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan. The national rivers out there are Manas and Santosh. Manas and Santosh were two legendary prince of Central Asia, जिनके नाम पे उनके राष्ट्रीय नदी का नाम हुआ है, Manas and Santosh. स्थान तमाम जितने सारे हैं सेंट्रल एशिया के, तमाम जितने सारे देश हैं जिसके साथ स्थान लगा हुआ है. स्थान comes from the Sanskrit word citadel itself, which means Kyrgyzstan, the home of the Kyrgyz, Uzbekistan, home of the Uzbek. So इसी तरह से if we come to Southeast Asia, the national book of Southeast Asia of say Thailand or Cambodia or Vietnam, the national book is Ramayana, where it is known as Rama King. Gajapati, for example, Lord Ganesha is worshipped in Thailand. The ancient name of Thailand is Siam or Sham. Then Cambodia, the ancient name of Cambodia is Kamboja. And for that matter, if we go to Indonesia or to Malaysia, in Indonesia, the moment you land in Indonesia, and if they know that you are Indian, they greet you with Om Sastenastu, which is again of a Sanskrit origin. Bali, Java, Sumatra, Borneo, these are all Indian names. Ramayana is a national epic in Indonesia. Indonesia के हर प्रांगण में, हर चौराहे पे आपको गजापति का स्टैचू मिलेगा, या तो फिर संकट मोचन हनुमान जी का स्टैचू, वहाँ पे हर राउंड अबाउट्स पे you will get the statue of Hanuman ji. In the currency of Indonesia, in the Indonesian rupee, there is the depiction of Lord Ganesha as such. Garuda, the airlines of Indonesia, comes from Garuda or Garur, the Vahana of Lord Narayan. Kuala Lumpur, Singapore comes from the word Singhapura. Singha means lion and Pura means city. So this ancient connection which was there, prevalent between India and Southeast Asia and East Asia and Central Asia, this was somehow broken after the coming of the Britishers, when Lord Macaulay implemented the British mode of education, which came to be known as the Macaulay system of education. And Lord Macaulay, I quote from his writings itself, he had said that if we have to rule the Indian